Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome to your July monthly reading. And we have a lot going on this year, so I'm including a high-level Astrological Zen-ergy monthly overview of the planetary energies that Spirit wants to share. Also have some intermittent videos here and there throughout the months talking about the different astrological energies and how to maintain the most zen as we ride those astrological energy waves. And this tarot oracle card reading that we're going to do is for wherever this zodiac sign appears in your chart, whether that's your sun, your moon, your rising sign, your Mars, your Venus, wherever. So here's a quick reference of what planet generally rules over what area of your life, so you can see where this reading will most impact you. And you can actually, choose the zodiac sign for whatever of those areas and get a lot of detail. These monthlies are normally out a couple weeks before the beginning of the following month, so you can make the most of those astrological energies. Alrighty then, well, let's take a look at the Astrological Zen-ergy for the month of July. Let's start by looking at the energy that we're coming into the month with. We talk a lot about retrogrades, and the outer planet retrogrades impact us generally and our entire collective, where the personal planets, when they're, the closer ones, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, more impact us on a daily basis more extremely because they're closer to us. So we talked about launch time last month, which is a great time for launching new things because those inner planets are in a beautiful, they're all direct, and so they're not in retrograde, challenging us, launching things out into the world. So the incoming tide, though, is changing here this month as Mercury goes into its pre-shadow on July 17th. So that's kind of the date that we're like, all right, things are going to start to become a little more challenging to launch, and they'll be short term. And we'll talk more about that in, throughout the month too. So Pluto and Saturn are in their retrograde coming into the month, and Uranus is in their pre-shadow to their retrograde, which means we're already beginning to experience the energy of their retrogrades, but at a less intense level with the pre-shadow. I do have Zen-ergy videos already for all of these retrogrades and general information about retrogrades, just how they work and to make the most of them. If you want to check out my Astrological Zen-ergy playlist, I have that listed in the description box of the video down below, and it'll also be linked at the end of the video. I also have videos about Neptune, Chiron, and Mercury retrogrades included in that playlist, which have all of those three listed. And I plan on having an additional video about the Jupiter pre-shadow and retrograde by the end of June or early July. So keep an eye out for that as well if you'd like to prepare for that energy. All right, so on July 2nd, Neptune goes into its full retrograde. It had been in its pre-shadow since March 11th of this year, and it will be in retrograde in Pisces for a little period of time until December 7th when it starts going direct, and it'll be in its post-shadow till March 28th of 2025. Like I said, we covered the impacts of this energy in the video for the pre-shadow, so check that out for details on how to ground yourself for this powerful spiritual energy. As I mentioned, links to the playlist are down below and at the end of this video. On July 5th, we have a new moon in Cancer. So when the moon is in this cardinal water sign, it's when she's at her most nurturing. Mother Luna rules over the sign of Cancer. So the themes of home and family and children and mothers and mothering take center stage. We're more likely to express emotions outwardly as well. We might have a renewed spark to take care of others, whether that's cooking or cuddling or some other form, and most likely in our own love language, whether that's words, touch, time, service, or gifts. So we can, make sure that we're giving love in the way of other people's love language, not our own, but we're more, likely to give it in our own love language. So make sure to check out the Pick a Card when it comes out the week before the new moon, because I'll talk about how to make the most of the 10 new moon wishes. And then on July 15th, Jupiter enters its pre-shadow retrograde, and it's going to be in that pre-shadow until it goes full retrograde in Gemini on October 9th. And it's going to be in there until February 4th, when it goes direct, and it'll be in its post-shadow period until April 30th of 2025. So energy is going to be with us for a little bit. And this Jupiter energy normally nudges us to be outgoing, idealistic, and forward-thinking, but when it goes retrograde, we're kind of cosmically drawn to some intense introspection. And as I mentioned earlier, I plan on having a video out late June, early July on this energy, so keep an eye out for that video posting. And then on July 17th, Mercury goes into its pre-shadow for its retrograde. And, Mercury goes into retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. And we're in retrogrades like half of our life anyway. So it's just good to be aware of how to use the most of this Mercury retrograde energy, because there are some positive things, which we'll talk about. And that I mentioned in a previous retrograde video with Mercury, which is... Yep, it's in the playlist. So the link at the bottom and at the end of the video. So anyway, we start off in Leo, Mercury in Leo with the pre-shadow, and it actually dips into Virgo a little bit. But then when we go into retrograde on August 4th, during the retrograde, it goes back into Leo until it goes direct on August 28th, and it'll be in its post-shadow until 9/11 of 2024. Then it'll eventually get back into Virgo. The Leo fire energy, with this Mercury being over communication, it makes us want to communicate specifically, leaving no room for doubt in what we're wanting. And when it dips back into Virgo energy, we go into a grounded, earthy energy, but with a logical and rational emphasis on our thinking and communication. But we don't stay there too long. It's just July 26th to August 15th is when we're in the Virgo, and then, of course, we go out of that into Leo. Then on July 21st, we have a full moon in Capricorn. Wait, Bretta Zen, wasn't the last full moon in Capricorn already? Yep, it sure was. You are right. Sometimes the sign of the full moon can repeat 2 months in a row. Because this is the moon at her most organized and practical and businesslike, maybe we were wanting to get stuff done this month. Who knows? But we'll continue to double down on doing the work and focusing on our future goals, organizing, and tasking. We'll maybe have this desire to declutter and organize any area of our lives that feels kind of scattered, disrupted, or disorganized. Some great energy to get her done, you know what I'm saying? So make sure to check out the Pick a Card for this full moon that will come out about a week before, as this will also help making the most of the release energy of this full moon. And then on July 22nd, we enter Leo season, so happy birthday to all you Leo sun babies. So Leo season brings an opportunity to grow greater confidence, playfulness, and to roar about what's in our heart. So the sun rules over Leo and oversees our self-image, our confidence, our identity. So it's not a surprise that Leo season encourages us to foster and embrace your sense of self. We can find new ways to process emotions through enhanced self-expression, igniting us with proactivity and optimism to strongly seek our dreams. I create a Pick a Card around each sun season, and I include a bonus 3-month forecast for the sun babies for that season. So for all you Leos, check that out. And for anyone that was in Cancer sun sign, make sure to check out the previous Pick a Card as well. And then you can see what comes out. It usually comes out about a week before the Leo season actually starts on July 22nd. And then July 23rd, Chiron goes into retrograde. It's been in its pre-shadow since April 2nd. It is, in Aries as it goes through its retrograde, and it'll go direct on December 29th of this year, and it'll be in its post shadow until April 21st of next year. And yes, I have a video for the Chiron retrograde, as I mentioned, so be sure to check that out and see how to make the most of this wounded warrior energy. All right, so those are the energies, the basic energies that I felt led to share that we will all face as a collective. But as always, depending upon your individual birth chart, it'll impact us differently. We are all amazing soup that has flavors that are activated differently when they react to the astrological energy that trickles upon the earth. So, just be aware that it does impact us all a little differently. Alrighty, well, let's see what Spirit wants you to know through the Oracle and Tarot card reading. And here's all the decks that I'm going to be using this time. What I do is I take a tarot deck. In this case, I'm going to use the Arcanus Animal Tarot. And I split up the major arcana from the four suits of the minor arcana. I'm going to use the Archangel Oracle along with the major arcana to get the overall energy for the month. And then the minor arcana will use these four others to find out the different areas of our energy and our earth and energy, actually earth energy over here, our mind and the emotions. So we will go through all of these. And so if you're interested in any of them, you know what they look like. I'm not affiliated with any of them, but I know when I see readings myself, that's why I end up with so many decks, because I love all of them. All right, let's find out what Spirit wants you to know for your sign. All right, Leos, this is your reading for the month of July. And of course, we have Leo season starting. So happy birthday to those of you that have birthdays in the month of July, and pre-happy birthday to those of you that have it in August. Happy birthday. Definitely look for pick a card that's coming up within about the week before we go into Leo season. You'll have a 3-month forecast bonus birthday reading in there, so be sure to check those out. All right, well, let's dive in here and take a look here and see what overall energies they want for you for Leo for the month of July. All right, that must be it right there. All right, let's see what we got here. You got the Hierophant coming in, so some great energy here around your higher self, your soul, drawing you to see the capital T truths of your life, who you are, what you want, who you want to be with, all of that delicious information that can come in with that. And, very grounding energy with the Hierophant too. It's kind of Taurus energy. So there is this groundedness, this earthiness that comes in with all this too. So I like that, it's like around your birthday, you're like, okay, what do I want to do? Who am I? What have I accomplished? What do I want to accomplish? Am I living up to the small t truths, what everyone else is telling me I should be, should do, should be with, blah, blah, blah. There's this very much clarity coming in with the Hierophant here. And let's take a look here and see which of the archangels would also accompany you during this time, during this month, around this getting to know more things. All right, well, there we go. And you've got Faith coming in. Hierophant is sometimes called Faith in some decks that I have. And so you've got Faith, which says, moving mountains, trust in your ability to create miracles. The impossible is becoming possible. So beautiful. I love that energy. Let's take a look and see what else Faith would like you to know. So Faith is part of a holy trinity of angels alongside Charity and Hope, supporting the upgrade of humanity, right? This upgrade. She's the divine counterpart of Archangel Michael and is therefore associated with righteousness, justice, protection, and power. Her personal mission is to help us develop a trusting bond with our higher power so that we can live a life that's filled with purpose. Yeah. So these cards very much together here. The message she brings says you may be feeling that your prayers aren't being heard, but this isn't true. Your prayers have been heard loud and clear. And prayer has the power to move mountains. So accept what is rightfully yours. Faith is here to help you move beyond any limiting beliefs and doubts you may have about the Creator or your ability to be helped. She will help you unlock a state of worthiness so that you can call in and experience the miracles you deserve. Feel the way you would if what you are asking for was already yours. This will call in the energies of manifestation. Also, keep your vibes high by focusing on service, being fully present in your relationships, and continually focusing on what you're grateful for. This will magnetize miracles to you. Angels are here to hold you as you shift your way of thinking. Know that prayer isn't about hoping the future delivers the answer. It's about knowing the answer you need is already here. Healing happens today, not tomorrow. And if you are seeing signs at this time, this is the angel's way of telling you that you're on the right track. Yeah, so you definitely, this clarity that's coming in of purpose, what you're wanting to head, what you're wanting to do, and you're fully supported in this too. Whatever you feel is standing in the way between you and living your dream, they're saying that they are here, the angels are here. You have a whole posse of support that's working for you. And you can ask them for clarity. You can ask them, through prayer, through communication with your spiritual posse and your higher self to remove things so that you can move forward. And, taking action too. So I love this energy coming in here so far for you for July. And then we're going to look at the 4 minor arcana, which are 4 different areas of your life. We're going to start off with your energy, the wand suit, the fire element, and we'll see, that's your passion, your drive, your ambition, your inspiration. So we'll take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about your energetic adventure, your passionate adventure during the month of July. All right, so what do we have coming in here? What do we want them to know? All right, I do want this one right here. Yeah, the Queen of Wands coming in. The Queen of Wands, beautiful energy combined with all this, because not only does she have the connection to the spirit world with the wand suit, but all the queens are given a second portion of cups, which is empathic abilities connected to the heart, which allows you to really ask for support, ask for, guidance. She's all about, putting her energy forward, stepping, this fire energy of let's go. And when she hits like a blockade, when there's something standing in her way, it's like being in a giant maze and you've got this, block. You reach it where you have to go left or right and you're like, I don't know, which way do I go? You dial up the spiritual support team and go, all right, you guys see the from the top down. I'm, in this maze of high walls. I can't see over these. And they're like, for your highest experience, hang a right, you do, and beautiful things unfold. And people are like, how can you do that? You just make a decision on the whim, and you're like, well, no, I don't make it on a whim. I dial up, I know people. And these are your people that that help you in the guidance. So whatever this is, the clarity coming in, where you want to head, what you're wanting to do, they give you this clarity and answers and signs to show you the way. So I love that. And then we have the Divine Guidance Oracle. And these are fractal imaging, which I call the spiritual ink blot tests, or whatever picture comes out in here for you is a special message for you. And then we will consult Cheryl Lee Harnish. She's the author here, and see what she channeled here. She's got a great channel too, if you ever want to check her out. She's a very sweet soul, so I encourage you to check her out too. But there's this great message that comes through here for you in regards to this energy. So, can get ready here. 1, 2, 3. Boom. So what do you see? And I'll just kind of scooch it in so you can see a little clearer here. Sorry for the reflection there. They're very glossy. So card number 40. Let's see what message comes in here for you there. Sorry, let me just scooch these. All right. So card 40. This is the card of Om, O-M. The meaning of this card is twofold. Firstly, it's a calling for more time in meditation and prayer. Energetically, you're needing some time alone with yourself in your inner space. And through meditation, you're able to connect more deeply with, you guessed it, your higher self and your guides. Energetically, this is vital for you. Secondly, this card calls you to focus on the power of your voice to facilitate the opening of your throat chakra. The vocal expression, whether through chant, prayer, or even singing, is important for you right now. So definitely getting the vibration, sharing your truth through action is important. And because the throat chakra is at the same, if you hold your hands off to your side, like if you hold your hands off to your side, it's at the same as the throat chakra here, right? And so this is about action, it's about voicing, it's about activity, but this is about aligning up to what your capital T truths are. And then we're going to look at the element of Earth, which is the suit of Pentacles, and it's the only suit to do with the outside world, you know, the wand suit. It's about your inner energy. We'll talk about thoughts and emotion, which are inward. This is only outward. It's all about who's on stage with you, who's, your body, your possessions, all that stuff in the outside world. So this is what Spirit wants you to know about your physical adventure in the month of July. And you've got the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this fullness, this wholeness. What would make your dreams come true, right? What is this wholeness, this completeness that would come in here? It's the partnership card, but it's also that everything else in the outside world that, makes our dreams feel full, makes our dreams feel complete, right? Because there's usually there's partners, there's the dog and the children and the money and the palace and ancestry with the old man. And so there's all of this fullness of outside world that's coming in here. And I feel like all this is about the clarification, right? What does this mean to me? How do I relate my worth to the outside world, right? There's this change that comes in here. And I like that clarity that's coming in. What makes your life feel this fullness and completeness? We'll also pull here from the Earth Magic Oracle to see what else they want you to know about this outward experience with the Earth energy. So what else about their energetic physical adventure, the physically energetic experience? All right. Nothing there. All right, so does this one. Yeah, and we've got DNA and karma coming in here. So you've got the Om, you've got this beautiful karma with DNA and life experiences. What is it truly you wanted to experience when you came down here, right? So let's take a look here and see what the DNA says. So karma is a concept in many Eastern religions. It's a Sanskrit word implying the greater universal laws of cause and effect, providing an implied code of ethics within the structure of the seemingly endless cycles of birth, death, and rebirth, the samsara, which we experience through our lives in many different versions. The mistaken notion about karma is that it's some kind of punishment, but it's far from that. In fact, in its purest form, it simply asserts that our conduct in this lifetime will determine our next incarnation. It has also come to mean how our behavior and actions in this lifetime create consequences in a slightly different version of the golden rule. We not only carry our soul's karma into this lifetime, but also embedded in the complex coding of our DNA is our genetic ancestral karma. The double helix structure of DNA contains codes that have been passed down from our parents and grandparents, as well as our ancestors. Therefore, we have some of the same genetic information that comes from DNA of very early humans. And in this card, we do see two intertwined serpents with double helixes on either side. Variations of this archetypal image exist in many cultures, both traditional and contemporary. It's a graphic representation of the most ancient ancestry we can claim to, our DNA, the fundamental substance of life itself that provides substantial determination of our life path. I'd like that. There's more to read here. I'll read the message here in a moment, but there is this ancestral with the Ten of Pentacles. It can be like, what kind of legacy do we want to leave? What are we going to pass along in our DNA? And why did we choose to come into this lifetime in this particular family DNA? Because we don't come into the same family tree with the same DNA in every lifetime. We do a variety of different ones to experience and interact with all these different lines of DNA, these lines of familial ancestry too. So there's an importance of that coming in here. And it says, aspects of your soul entered your primitive physical self long before you'd begun to take form. And while the DNA that you inherited from your biological parents has a physical component, it also has a soul pattern that came together in the creation of you. You are predisposed to follow the karmic dictates of this patterning to some extent. Yet as you evolve in your consciousness and expand the light of awareness, you can make choices that shift and modify this ancestral design. This is one of those times you can feel the tug of your soul that is both ancient and karmic, yet you also recognize the persistent and loving communication from your higher self. That contradicts the more familiar solutions before you. The choice is up to you, but know that every time you heed the guidance of your higher self, no matter what etheric or physical form it takes, human consciousness is elevated. In a sense, it becomes a choice between destiny and fate. Yeah, and so you do have this clarity coming in here. I mean, you do choose before you come down here what, astrological energies you're going to have, because you're choosing your place of birth and where and when, and all of that brings in all this energy in that exact moment into that being in that place, and you're choosing that on purpose, for purpose, understanding the soul karma that comes in, that you're wanting to experience the DNA, the ancestral energy that comes in, astrological energy that comes in, the overall collective energy, like we're into the age of Aquarius. All of that, we're able to bring it all together and go, okay, now what am I going to do with all this? This is what you're determining now. We're told a lot of supposed to's and shoulds and popular opinions on what we're supposed to do with it all, but this is you deciding it. So I like that. Which brings us kind of into the air element, the sword suit, because these are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations, our knowledge, right? What are we going to do with all this, with our air energy here, with the sword suit? What do your angels and everyone else want you to know about your mental adventure during the month of July? Got the King of Swords. Yep. Definitely the King of Swords. They not only rule over the suit of swords with the Queen, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, which makes them the master of knowledge and wisdom and higher, looking at things from a higher place. And I'm sorry, I'm clearing my throat, and I feel like it's this throat chakra, your truth wanting to be told, your truth wanting to be said, and having this congestion that came up as I started your reading here. And it's like, okay, so this is all about you making sure you're speaking out. This also rolls over communication. Master of communication, they have got two swords here. They've got the higher truth and the truth of that's been told. And here's this clarity coming in, which is allowing you to clear away the small t truths that are rooted in fear and allowing you to speak forward and with clarity and with purpose. But communication is such an important big piece of here. Master of communication. So I like that. You definitely are wanting to voice your purpose here. And we've got the numerology guidance cards here, which we're also going to see what else they want you to know about your mental adventure here for July. So what else for the mental adventure for July? All right, I do want this one right here. And yeah, you've got a change coming. Card number 5 coming in. So, yeah, and it's like the same colors as that. That's really cool. And all of these colors here with the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, and the change of what abundance, what fulfillment looks like for you in this little world going on here. So let's take a look here. You are going to have some changes coming in. I feel like here's the master number 5, of course, too, which is about change and transformation. And this card indicates a time of expected and unexpected change, when anything can happen, and usually does. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to think of your life as an adventure in which exciting opportunities could appear at any moment. Rather than fearing the unfamiliar and unknown, you're urged to embrace expansion, movement, and change. This is a time to go with the flow and open yourself to opportunities that will improve your quality of life. Anything is possible, and the wheels are set in motion, so be sure to play your part by moving closer to your dreams. You may be called upon to make changes in your mindset, right? Relationships, residence, lifestyle, or career, wherever a shift is needed to serve your greater good. So it's time to broaden your horizons and re-spark your passion for life. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are leading you toward a time of movement and change. Procrastination, resistance, and fear only take you out of alignment. So surrender yourself to the opportunities that are about to present themselves. Trust that you are divinely loved and guided, and you'll be shown the way. The affirmation is, I accept and surrender to the changes that improve my quality of life. Boom, I love it. So in alignment with everything we've been talking about here. And then we move into the final element of water, which is the Suit of Cups. Represents emotions, of course. So this will be what Spirit wants you to know about your emotional adventure during the month of July. Anything about relationships with others of any kind, etc. Okay, this is the one here. We got the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is the pursuit of higher love, a pursuit of that chalice, the Holy Grail. And we've had this come up in another reading too, because you got another sword here, which normally there's not a sword with the Knight of Cups, but they are in pursuit of this. And this is about all of this seen from a different perspective, speaking love, speaking your truth, speaking your heart. Coming through here too, there's this movement of emotion that allows you to really speak up and to act out towards your dream. And that happens when, we have a time in our life when our fears outweigh this ugly feeling of not being true to ourselves. And so we stay small, we stay shrunk, because the fears are outweighing it. But there's a point in our lives where that ugly feeling can outweigh our fears. When that happens, that's when we take action and when there's movement. I like it. Right, and then we have the Celebration of Love Oracle, because this is the last card for your reading. It can be more about your emotions, but it can also be a wild card, whatever else Spirit wants you to know about your month of July. So here we go. This is right here. And we've got Happiness, Water Pals. I love it. We'll put that right here. And let's see what they bring in here with happiness. Oh, it helps if they spell it right. So this image celebrates adventure, like it talked about, with the freedom and inquisitiveness of a child. It calls us to see through a child's eyes and bring innocence and joy to all that we do, right? Let our heart, when's the last time your heart sang? When was the last time your heart felt like dancing? You know, this is the clarity that you're getting and looking at life in this way, full of possibilities. Decide to go somewhere new and not somewhere you normally would go, and try to see it from a whole new vantage point. Can't make it up. See as if you were a child discovering it for the first time in your life. Allow the wonder, the joy, and the happiness to shine through. The special message that comes with this says you have become uptight and stiff about certain things or around some particular people. And you're being inspired to look at that and then let go. Let it go. Enjoy them from a whole new vantage point. Look at them as if you have never, ever seen them before. Yeah. So this change, this fresh perspective, seeing your life, yourself, others, the world from a different perspective, getting clarity around how you truly want to share your heart in its own unique way with the world, and getting outside the box with all of this, escaping from this suppression that you have felt here. Very Leo energy. Leo, you don't want to be caged. Lions don't like to be caged. They need to be roaming, doing their thing in the jungle. So I like that. Right. And I don't have anything else coming through, so that's what they have for you, Leo, for the month of July. And if you're looking for more messages of love from above, there's a few things that you can do. First of all, you can give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button. That does tell me that you enjoy the content, but it also tells YouTube that you are, and it'll bring more of that similar content. Other thing you do is click that subscribe button. That does give you access to the notification bell. And if you go in there and hit the all setting, then you'll be notified when any new videos come out on my channel, as well as when I go live on YouTube to provide free readings. In addition to all of that, you become part of the love tsunami when you either like, share, comment on anime videos, subscribe to my channel, even becoming one of my YouTube channel members. Doing any of those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, crazy, happy, excited, wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm ever, ever so grateful. Also, these are general readings, and if you're looking for even more specific information for your specific life, I do offer personal readings and other services. All that information is listed in the description box of the video down below. All right, beautiful soul, as you're going through this journey, remember every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love to you. Hang in there and take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.